When I came back on board, I think phone call number 3 was Stephen Moffat.
I found this email on my phone from Russell saying, well, I'm going back. I'm going back to Doctor Who. That thing I promised I'd never do again. I'm doing it again.
This episode is an absolute classic of tension.
Intense, dark, emotional, and confusing.
What's an Anglican Marine?
These scripts are hugely ambitious.
He's got only his #1 super weapon.
Shall we dance?
He can talk like hell.
Doctor!
This episode is a chance to get darker. We've been running around having madcap adventures. Let's use the word madcap. There's been space babies and goblins, and that spotlight goes sinks right down. And you've got Stephen Moffat working for you. It's the Moffat rules, frankly. It is so nice to be here. Should we say hello around the table? Should we do that? I'm Russell. I'm one of the writers.
I'm Stephen, another of the writers, and a relic of time past.
The inspiration for this episode came from the vast, imaginative cavern of my episode 1 of Genesis of the Daleks. Tom Baker stands on the landmine and he escapes 2 or 3 minutes later. So when I was thinking that the one thing I hadn't done in Doctor Who was do pure suspense, pure edge-of-your-seat suspense, I thought, well, let's put him back on the landmine and not make it so easy.
As the lights race round to complete the loop, opening titles. Thank you, President.
This is the Doctor's story. This is an absolute spotlight and focus on the man himself, and my God, it pays off.
This idiot little war, who are you fighting?
I think this is a rarity in that the person in the principal jeopardy is the Doctor himself. Normally you're confident that, yeah, the monsters are scary, the shadows are moving, but the Doctor is there to help us. This time, not so much.
Ruby, please listen to me.
No arguing, Doctor. Blood pressure.
Now, if you think of a Doctor, every Doctor, they dash about a bit. You know, they're whirling and twirling. Movement is quite a big thing about the Doctor. Now, you plant him in one spot, and he knows if he moves, if he breathes the wrong way, he will evaporate. It forces him into the place where the Doctor is at his most interesting, which is he's on the back foot. He's got only his #1 super weapon. He can talk anyone into defeat. So that's what I wanted to do.
I am a lot more explosive than I look, and honey, I know how I look. It was a very intense script, and it was very intense to perform.
Signal your understanding! She gets it. She throws her rifle aside.
But that's kind of what you want as an actor, just something to stretch you. And it's fun when you read a script and you're like, oh, how will I tackle this? And how will I do this? The answer is quite badly. I could only stay on my foot for about 5 seconds.
We needed to shoot for something like 20 days in a crater.
We've been to every quarry in Wales, I feel like. I was worried about the weather. What do we do?
We went to a place called Paris Mountain with Phil Sims, and we thought about shooting some of the scenes up there.
My gut told me that we should probably try and build it.
I wasn't remotely surprised to hear that the crater would be built on set and not on location, because I've been in this kind of situation. You want a controllable weather environment. Oh, God, you do. Several days of rainfall could destroy your show.
During our shoot on a stage in our crater, it rained and snowed continually for like 3 days. So I was quite smug, briefly, that we'd put the set in a stage and probably made the right decision. We needed quite a lot of height because the crater was described as being 12 or 15 feet deep. Some of the performers needed to walk up to the edge of the crater while the Doctor was in the crater.
You are in my sights! Signal if you understand!
I understand!
Making a set like that safe so people can stand on the top ledges as well and run down it is a proper piece of construction. It's a massive piece of work. Then you get the LED screen for the rest of the planet. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Action! I need to increase the weight on the mine at the exact moment I decrease it.
Well, it's gonna be tricky.
It's gonna be a moment, yeah.
I was very keen for it to be a beautiful set as well.
We started off illustrating lots of alien planet ideas, and we came across some alien planets that had a greeny kind of sky and had like a rusty oxide red ground. That was kind of nice because it was earth-ish. The other idea we had was that maybe there were minerals in the ground that glowed or had a light quality to them. Some of that rock might be exposed. Russell and Stephen really liked that.
It was always meant to be a sort of science fiction crater. It wasn't actually meant to be like a crater in First World War. You know, it had to be something just, you know, sort of less muddy. With a design team like this one, it's almost way better than anything I could imagine.
This set, for a start, is extraordinary. I've done a lot of movies and a lot of stuff, and I've never been on a set that is as well designed as this.
Your whole world does become that crater when you're there.
It blows my mind even now, stepping onto set every day, being like the amount of work that's gone into this.
Watching it on camera was so cool. It looked like an apocalyptic war zone.
Speed marker.
It was amazing watching this on rushes. Every day we get the rushes, which is you get delivered to your office everything they shot the day before.
Found something.
And this was like watching a stage play unfold because it's shot in order. You normally shoot all over the place, but Julianne took this and it just made sense to shoot these 5 pages, then the next 5 pages, then 8 pages, then great big chunks all in order. And it was and that just shows her mastery and her skill. That's Julianne's talent. Have the nerve to do that.
Longer.
Longer? Give us 6?
Yeah.
Done. No problem at all.
I thought it was really interesting, the way that it read like a play. Everything happens in that crater, really.
Hello, I'm John Francis Vader, deceased. Apologies for your loss.
In my experience, most directors will go for long takes when they can. It's not an advantage to chop and change and have tiny little blips of action. If you've got something like this, which is very kind of real time and sort of continuous and tension based, it's good to stay in the one place.
As a director, it's important to give the opportunity to the actors to really just sit in and live in the moment.
Just sense of it.
Yeah, it's coming towards. Thank you. So I like to do long takes generally anyway, because I find emotionally it helps them.
That made it easier for us to act with, really, because sometimes it's like, oh, I'm dead here. Oh no, I'm alive here, right, okay. But this time we were like really sequence to sequence, and it really helped us understand the ep more.
I mean, I loved it. It was like a play. We're just doing what we can, and the camera, obviously following the principal person that's meant to be on camera, but you might get caught at any point while it's walking around, you know?
I saw your tattoo.
At the end, when the doctor's celebrating.
Ruby! Ruby, Ruby, Ruby!
You can't get caught off guard because the camera's just spinning around with him.
Ow! On top of the fifth!
For this, we were doing 7-minute takes, which is actually very, very unusual on stage. And it says a lot about the actors that they were able to sustain that. The encampment set, probably people will be really surprised to discover, is actually on the back lot here at Bad Wolf Studios, and one of the walls is actually the wall of the studio.
Phil Sims made a beautiful set that covered all the bits it needed to. You couldn't see that Wolf Studios is behind it.
Our goal for that scene, if we could, was to try and keep everything in camera. We knew we wanted to do it outside because the quality of light is always great outside. We thought we could create quite an interesting camp from containers that looked like they'd been dropped by a futuristic dropship. We repurposed some shipping containers and added some marvellous polystyrene bits and pieces to them. We built a scaffold structure in front of it and then clad that with all kinds of sci-fi looking cross bracers.
I mean, the scale of it was amazing because they had all the essays there and everybody's dressed like this, so you feel a part of that community, a part of that world.
Splice, your dad, where is he?
The detail, the work, the fire, the bins, the essays, you know, it just really, yeah, like I say, transport you somewhere completely new.
You walk past part of the set and there was, you know, like locker rooms, and then there's a canteen where people were eating actual food, and it was crazy, the size of it. It was beautiful. It was really fun.
My bedroom looked epic. I feel like it was going to be like cute and, you know, with pink flowers and everywhere, but it was more like there was a bunch of crystals and plants, and like it looks very intricate and I really like it.
Combat! Combat's detected, that's what she said! Give me the gun. What are you doing? Combat! Hey! Come on, you lovely combat!
My belief about directing stunt scenes is you just got to be brave.
It's very worrying.
It's amazing that the human eye will believe that one person is another person. So the person actually falling off the cliff is not Millie.
Jess, my stunt double, did an absolutely incredible job of the stunt. I think she did that fall 3 times.
Just shoot my arm, just a little bit.
Your eye tricks you. You believe that it's her falling down the cliff, whereas it really was a really very brave stunt person.
I remember someone saying to her, "You're right, Jess." She was like, "Yeah, it was a bit bumpy, that one."
3, 2, 1.
How does she do it? I think stunt doubles are superheroes.